This experiment on these wine glasses with the textured seafoam that I made turned out really well. And this was 100% an experiment. I'm happy with the result. I'm not 100% happy with the result, but I want to try a couple more things today on 4 more glasses and see if we can refine this technique a little bit. I think I'm onto something, but I want to try and make the mistakes so you don't have to. So stay tuned and let's get started. All right, so I have these on my turner arm using pool noodles, and what the white thing is just a paper towel so that I can see the color. This is my dried chunky seafoam, and it worked really well with just a little bit of water. I wet the back of the chunky seafoam with water. And I want to put a little bit more on this one. I think I want to try to wrap as much of the bottom as I can. And I may have to do it in pieces. In fact, I know I'm going to have to do it in pieces, but I wet it really well, and that kind of activates the glue a little bit. So I'm going to tear it right here. I think I'm going to leave that just like that. That's nice. Just needs to be a little bit wet. And I'm just smoothing it out. All right. Cut this one in half. I don't know if you can see that. And we're just putting a little bit. You don't need much water. You don't need to soak it. And these are going to dry overnight. I'm going to go start dinner. And we're going to come back. All right, these are nice and dry and nice and flat. Now I want to try to keep these this textured seafoam as white as I can. And I saw this idea on Erica's Artist Till Death channel. She painted this her chunky seafoam with I guess acrylic paint. So I'm just going to try it. And I've got this silk. Oh yeah, that's going to work. This is a really, really light dusting almost of what is this? American, hold on. Deco Art American Decor Metallics, and this is silver. You don't need very much. And so what I'm doing is just giving it a little bit of help, because I don't have a whole lot of pigment in the foam mixture itself. So, you know, these bubbles are just sort of, I don't know, just can't really see them all that well. So you got to be careful wherever you have where the bubbles aren't as thick, because then you paint the glass. But so I don't know if you can really see this. I'm going to see if I can get a little closer. It's just giving it a little bit of a shimmer. Okay, we're coloring. This is a nice little shimmer here, and I have used mica powder before on my flat pieces, but I don't want to use mica powder because once I put resin on top, I don't want my mica powder to kind of get mixed into the resin and just create you know, a cloudy mess. I'm putting a very light coat. This is a light paint anyway, putting a little tiny bit, and I'm just sort of feathering it on there. I don't want to do too much. Bubble there. Just highlighting and giving the bubbles a little bit more depth. Because they kind of got lost when I did my other glasses. But I also, on these glasses, I also put the alcohol ink on top of the bubbles. So we're not doing that this time on these. I definitely needed to trim that. We'll just let it go. It's a really light coat. I have my studio door open. I need to show my studio at some point, but I have an outside door to my backyard, and with the door closed, it tends to be really dark. So, and I like a lot of natural light when I'm working. So on Amazon, I bought this amazing little plastic door. It almost reminds me of like a freezer door, you know, those plastic sheets that you see at butchers and stuff that hang over the doorway. But it's a lot sturdier than that. But it blocks the heat, so I like the door open. But if I have it open, then it can get oppressively hot. So I got this little plastic sheet. It's awesome. I can leave my door open. I have all the natural light that I want, and the dogs can come in and out as they please. And it keeps the AC in, it keeps the heat out, and I can hear the wind. It's so nice. And then I can prop it open when I need to, like if I'm working with resin or paint or whatever inside, I can prop it open. But the nice thing about it too is that I can hear the wind. And right now, the wind is blowing outside. We're getting a little afternoon thunderstorm. I can hear the thunder going too. So it's really nice. Okay, I am going to let this dry now. I'll let all these dry. All right, ready for resin. Using my KSRESIN liquidy split, I'm going to mix 40 milliliters. All right, what I've decided to do is not use alcohol inks in these. I'm going to put, this is going to be clear resins, and then I'm going to mix some Nokon Blue, eye candy Nokon Blue, and a little bit of that, and then the Sesso, this is mica powder, by the way, in aqua. I don't want very much. This is probably 1/8 of a teaspoon. Less of the Nokon Blue. And then I'm also going to mix up white in my cup, what's left over in my cup. So let's see, I'm not going to use very much blue. That's going to be kind of a highlight color. And then probably, let's do something. Let's go ahead and get my cup started. And then my glasses. And then I'll pour what's left in there because I want to get these done first. You know, I don't really need to have these turning just yet. Okay. I just want to get this started. That's going to turn out nice. And then I can get it turning. I just want the clear on top of this textured seafoam. And then across, you know, bottom right here. So let's work quickly because these are not turning yet. I guess that would be the benefit of not having a huge piece of this textured seafoam. All right, that's already dripping, so I'm going to go ahead and get these turning. And I'm probably going to have to go back and add a little bit more there. That's all right. Okay, I want it turning that way. You see that? Oop, let's pull that. Paying really close attention to my edges because I do not want any kind of gap between the glass and this textured seafoam. So right now I'm just trying to control the drippiness and just massaging it in and making sure I have a good seal between the textured seafoam and the glass itself. Okay, let's start this one now. Why isn't this one turning? There we go. All right, now the rest I can go ahead and pour into my teal or my aqua cup. Most of it. Because I do not need very much at all for the white. This white is, I do not know the brand. I don't know where I got it. It's been that long ago, but I just don't use very much of it. Oh, shaking it up. And I'm going to put one, well, that ended up being 2 drops in this cup. So this is what's left over in my cup. And so I'm just going to mix it up. There's just tiny, the tiniest of amounts. All right. I'm going to set this aside, and I'm going to set, let's just go ahead and mix this up. Okay, I'm going to set my blue aside, and now I'm going to mix my aqua nice and thoroughly. Because this is my primary. This is the most that is going to appear on the glass. And I don't tape my edges because I want a natural edge. And I'm just trying not to overlap on top of the where that textured seafoam is, because I want that to be white. Or well, it's really silver, but it's probably going to end up overlapping a little bit. And if it's a little bit, it's fine. I'm not gonna be upset, but I want it to be really translucent. The color, the blue, or the, not blue, it's aqua. All right, so I need to definitely mix up more when I'm using the textured seafoam. That is a lesson. But that's all right. I'm just learning. So I'll use the rest of it on this glass. And then I'll mix up some more and finish this one. Okay, so now with my blue, what I want my blue is just a little bit of highlight, I think on the top edge, and I'm just putting a little bit on my stick, and I'm just going to follow the natural line of where my aqua was, and I'm just going to take my time and just do that. Just a really thin line. And I think I have a little bit left over. So I'm just going to add like a little bit along the bottom. Same with the white. I have even less of this one, so I'm going to be even more random with this one. I like that, going around the edge of the seafoam. I gotta do this one. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and add it on this one too. Then I can follow up with more aqua when I get it mixed. Okay. Just random smears. Use up the rest. And then I'm just going to take my stick work with it better with my finger. I think I'll do my finger on the blue. Yeah, it's better. Oh, I just thought about something. The benefit to putting more resin right around here along the where the chunky seafoam is it gives it a little bit more of a seal. Okay. So now I'm going to go back, I think, with my heat gun. Low heat, high air. And I'm going to push this blue a little bit. And maybe try to get it to run and spread out a little bit. Like thin it out a little bit. Yeah. Like that. So it's really at an angle. I'm pushing from the top. To kind of get it to lace out a little bit. And I'm also getting some really good bands, I think. Very wispy. Instead of a white wave, we kind of have blue wave. Okay, that's enough on that one. This one doesn't have as much of the blue, unfortunately, but that's okay. You see how it kind of laces out a little bit. Okay. These are going to be, oh, that's going to be so, so gorgeous. Exactly what I wanted. So here they are finished. Look at that. Look how gorgeous. Look at that. Got some good lacing. I got some neat little effects on this one. I don't know if you can see it. Look at that. Oh man. This is just really, really fun. Give it a try. Like, just don't be afraid to experiment and just try different things. That's how you learn. That's how you discover new things. So thank you to Erica at Artist Till Death for the inspiration for this chunky sea foam. And give it a try. Super fun. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and decide to give it a try and become inspired to try something different, try something new. Now I got to go cut the grass. Bye, friends.